What is up, everybody? It's your boy Bruce Wulfe, back with you again in Conan Exiles. And can you tell which one of us is which?
I can't.
Me either, actually. Which one? Oh, you're the darker one. Okay, all right. Damn, like we never even talk, and we always end up making like the same looking character. Anyway, first off, I want to start off by thanking everybody for all the love I've been getting on the Conan series. I've been getting a lot of likes, a lot of subscribers off of it, a lot of great comments that have made me actually feel freaking amazing for all the grind time. I'm actually helping people, so I appreciate it. Hopefully, this video is as helpful for you. And basically, what we're going over today is Sai and I just spent about 3.5, 4-ish, maybe more hours straight.
Some.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely some.
it was some hours
Definitely.
doing Conan Science. So, um, what we were doing, because earlier I put out a PSA because the stats were not working correctly. And like strength, we put like 30 some odd strength in, and it was a whole like, was it 9 more damage off of a flawless longsword. So it was pretty broken, and they've done some ninja fixes, so we kind of noticed, so we had to go through and test everything again. So basically what we're going to go here is we'll have Vision going at the same time, so you'll be able to see what he's doing, and my
Yep.
screen and all that stuff, and we'll switch his to the forefront when we do some of this. Basically what we're going to do is, one, we're going to test how armor works. So we're going to be using agility and our armor, and we're going to see how much mitigation you get for how much armor, basically how much armor protects you, how much damage increase you get for strength with melee weapons, how much damage increase you get for accuracy, and some real interesting things with survival that's very much a bug. I'm probably not going to go through the grit and survival stuff because those experiments took way too long. But I will tell you the results, and at the end of it, I'm going to show you all of our notes and walk you through everything, because we're just going to kind of record our process and summarize the basics of this. So what we're going to start with is armor. So, oh, give us 1 second, guys. I gotta get my reset stats button back. So we'll cut. I'll be right back with you. Okay, and we're back, and there's my resets button. So sorry about that. That's a fail, but it's all right. All right, so we reset all our stats. I'm going to start by taking my armor off because we're going to do the first part of this with. Actually, before I do that, so a number to remember is going to be 87 with 0 agility with basic heavy armor. That's how much armor we have is 87. But for now, we're going to start off with 0. And Sai is going to be using the Yogite Bone Spear, which, as you can see on his screen's mine, is a 56 health damage weapon. It's a pretty low tier, but it makes it to where I can recover faster in between tests here. And Sai, you're all zeroed out, right?
I am all zeroed out as of right now.
Alrighty. So, and then I'm going to stand right here. And to start this whole experiment off, Sai, with 0 strength, is going to poke me in the face with that spear. Maybe. What are you doing?
Stand by. Because it goes to 0 encumbrance as well. Let me get in position before we get too crazy.
Alright.
That's how detailed we are.
Yes. We
All
we
right.
do things. Give us a break, guys. It's been a long time. So as you can see, I'm at 200 health. Is the just starting 0 vitality health that you have start with. So calculator 200. Go ahead and hit me, Sai.
Yep. So as you can see on my screen, 0 strength, 0 across the board. No agility, no vitality, no accuracy, no nothing. And I poke of the Bruce.
So 200 minus 144 is 56. So as the weapon says on it, it says it's
Yep.
56 damage. It legit is 56 damage. Go
So
figure.
highlighting the weapon, looking down in the bottom left-hand corner on Vision, you see it says health damage 56. So straight up, 0 strength equals weapon damage as listed.
Yep. All right. So Sai, go ahead and if you would push your strength to 50.
Okay.
So this is going to be a major change, guys, because as I said in our earlier PSA video on this, going up massive amounts of strength. He only gained like 9 damage on I think the flawless longsword was 78 health damage. So and it went up to, it was bad. It was stupid. But they've done some ninja fixes. So are you ready, Si?
I am ready.
All right, go ahead and poke me with a 50 strength with a 56 damage spear.
There you go.
102. So now it's gone up to 98. Almost double. Slight improvement. Just a wee bit of an improvement. They definitely fixed that. All right. So, Sai feels 0 out again to make the rest of this easier.
You got it.
I am going to go ahead and put every single point that we have, which makes up for 50 in agility, which then puts my armor, if I exit out of that and we come back in here, armor at 50. So now 50 armor, 0 strength from him. Originally it was 56 damage. So now we're going to see what having 50 armor does to that 56 number. Are you all zeroed out and everything, Sai?
All right. Showing the crowd. Yes, I am zeroed out. 0 strength.
All right. Pokey pokey.
Pokey pokey.
All right. So the 56 is down to 38. So that's basically, it mitigated 18 points of damage having 50 armor. Now keep in mind, that was every single point I have in agility. So now I'm going to 0 out again. And I'm going to put all of my armor back on. Which, if you remember, puts my armor at 87. And, Sai, if you would go ahead and poke me again.
So, again,
Yep.
showing my strength. 0 strength. And damaging.
So now it's down to 32. Not a whole lot of difference. So then, and the last one we'll do with the melee stuff is now I'm going to put 50 points into agility. So this is, oops, let's go ahead and refresh the GUI, 137. All right, so that is the maximum armor you can get at this time, because there is no flawless or exceptional heavy armor. It is what it is. That's the best you can get, 137. And Sai, stab me again, man. I'll deal with it.
You got it.
173. So with the highest armor in the game, it does 27 damage. So that means it's mitigating 29. So what is that, 44% mitigation?
43% mitigation.
Yeah. So, yeah. Basically, our opinion on this is where you're going to want to be is going to be just 0 agility, your heavy armor, because the decreasing returns after that makes it kind of pointless. All right. So that's that stuff with the armor. Again, I'll show you a chart of all of our notes so you guys can pause it and take a look at it. I'll try and make a picture up of it. It's easier to understand than just my notes later. So, Sai, let's see. Do you want to hit me with something that does a lot of damage so they can see the damage of a 50 strength with a high damage weapon?
Well, I believe that I can do that.
You happen to have a high damage weapon on you?
I can have a high damage weapon on me.
Well, high damage is high damage. I mean, why wouldn't you? So, while there are named weapons out there, like the named Thogger's Maul or whatever, that have 96 weapon damage, which is so far the highest we found, the highest that you can craft is the Trident at 76 weapon damage, I believe. As we proved with the Bone Spear, 0 strength, 0 armor, you're doing 76 damage with it. That's how it works. So now we gotta test how much the higher base damage weapon increases with strength.
For your weapon using pleasure, we have the Maul and the Trident.
Okay. Well, I think I'd rather be hit with the frickin' spear. The hammer knocks me down. It's annoying. Alright, so unload, Zai. You're at 50 strength, right?
I am currently at 0, adding 50 strength.
No. All of the button clicking is necessary. It's a lot of button clicking.
So after spending all of my points in strength,
so that hurt a lot more. That's 133 damage. So basically it went from 76 to 133. That's 57 points improvement. So again, was that like 40 some odd % increase? Something like that. Let's see. Do the math.
Maps.
75% increase with maximum strength. All right, so let's see. What do you think? Bows now, Sai? Because bows, we found some interesting stuff in bows.
Sure.
All right. So, again, in just a second, I'm going to show you all of the numbers because we did a lot of experiments, but we're just going to start with the pertinent ones. So let's start out with the Herconian bow, which I can't remember the numbers on it. What's the numbers on that, Sai?
So the Harkonian bow is a 31 damage bow.
Okay, let's add razor arrows to it.
And
Those are...
if you add razor arrows to it, the razor arrows are 32 damage. So
all
that
right.
is a 63 damage combination.
Supposed to be. So you're at 0 accuracy now, right, Si?
I'm at 0 everything.
Okay. Go ahead and shoot me one of them razor arrows. Razor arrows, for those of you that don't know, are the highest level arrow that you can make. And the Herconian bow is currently the highest level bow you can make. And
So
let's see what it do.
Zeroed out.
All right.
Razor arrows loaded. Harkonian bow, take one.
Ouchie. So that starts out with 71. That doesn't quite add up, but we have no idea where that extra damage is coming from on the bows. Legit. We've tried. We have no idea.
Seems to be a flat rate applied to all bows.
Yeah. All right, so I want to go ahead and equip the snake arrows.
You got it.
The snake arrows are something you get once you get to the second level of the set religion. They're super cheap. They're just, what, twigs and
sticks.
Twigs and sticks. Yeah, but stones
sticks,
and twigs.
Branches.
Branches.
No even stones. It's all it is branches.
Jeez.
Cheapest arrow in the game.
So this is the cheapest thing you can get. And go ahead and tag me with this, Si.
You got it.
So there's going to be something to notice on there. You'll see the initial damage right there. You see it keeps ticking. It keeps going. That is the poison that those snake arrows add onto it. And there we go. We stopped at 128 out of 200. That's 72. So at 0, the cheapest arrows in the game are more effective than the razor arrows, which are a steel arrow that is top tier everything. It's gnarly. And frustrating.
Razor arrows are very expensive.
Very. And we've made hundreds. Alright, so now's where it's going to get a little painful. So I go ahead and max out your accuracy.
You got it.
And I'm going to go ahead and max out my vitality because this hurts. So give me a second to recover, guys. And once we're all situated, I'll bring you back in. And we're back. Sorry, it takes a lot of time to regenerate 600 health, which I'm going to have to do a few times here. But alright, so now Sai's got 50 accuracy, which as you can see here, accuracy determines the damage you do with ranged weapons.
Accuracy 50?
And if you remember, he's going to be using the same bow with the razor arrows. So these originally were 71 damage per arrow.
There's the Harkonian bow at 31 damage, and there's the razor arrows at 32 damage.
Yep. Alrighty, so this is going to hurt. Tag me.
Here we go.
So, down to 676 out of 800. 124 damage. So, again, that's an increase of 53, which is an increase of about 43%. They do that a lot, huh? 43% seems to be a little number they like. Okay, so that one was 124. But that wasn't even the interesting part of this. So we're going to do 2 different experiments with the snake arrows. Alright? And this part we just figured out right before we did this video. Really excited for it. So we figured out there is a way for the poison from the arrows. Remember the tick you saw? We got that to where it can stack and do significantly more damage than it should do. So, almost there. Next, we're going to have Sai shoot me with the snake arrows. Sai, you all situated?
I'm all set. Still at 50.
50 accuracy. Alright, go ahead and tag me.
All right.
So, wait for the ticking to happen here. As it goes down. Generally, from what I've noticed, it doesn't matter what my armor is. We shot me with heavy armor too. It's still 10 ticks of 1. So, an extra 10 damage on every shot. So, and that was 118 damage. Not bad, right? Not bad at all. So I'm going to eat some regen here real quick. So there's two different ways to do this that we've figured out so far. So those poisons, they stack. So one of the ways that we figured out on there is shooting 3 arrows rapid fire and 3 arrows with a couple beats in between them. So the way it works is as a poison's ticking, right? It's going down, it's taking the health down. As soon as it gets hit with another dose of poison, it resets the timer of the first poison and then counts it for another 10 seconds as 2 poisons. So it goes from 1 tick per second to 2 damage ticks per second, so on. And it adds up very quickly. So, Sai, we're going to do it the called way right now.
Roger that.
So 3 arrows on meter. And go for first.
First.
So now I'm going to let it tick a few times. Give it a couple pause beats. Go ahead and shoot again, Sai.
Second.
And go ahead again.
Third.
Now you'll notice now we're taking 5 damage off per tick. Mathematically, it doesn't work. It really doesn't.
At the most, it should be 3 per tick, but it's not.
And it ended up at 408. So 3 arrows ended up taking up 392 damage off. Highest damage in the game so far that we have been able to find. Nothing else says you can't, you can hit them 3 times with the spear. It's going to hurt. But being able to apply that much damage at range with a dot over time. So in PvP, even if somebody's running, if you can occasionally hit them with that arrow, at least once every 10 seconds, you're going to kill them very quickly. Also, we figured out that aspect of it, it does not matter what your accuracy is. The poison does the same ticks per arrow. It doesn't matter what your accuracy is. Only the initial arrow damage is from accuracy. So, honestly, I think the bow with the snake arrows is one of the most powerful things right now in the game. By the way, here's my notes. I'm going to go over these in just a second. But, yeah, you don't have to invest heavily to still do insane amounts of damage. I mean, maybe 10 points just to get that quick low boost up for the cheap. But, yeah, it's nutsy.
All right. Said a different way, the 50 points of damage that you gain, because we were doing 100 at 50 accuracy, we were doing 118 per snake arrow, which would normally come out if everything added up straight across the board. That would come out to 354 points of damage, but we were getting nearly 400, so that extra 48 or so points of damage that you're gaining is independent of how much your accuracy is. So even if you invested in strength, you're still going to get that extra 48 points of damage for stacking that poison.
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. And for you in the commenters, before you ask, you in the tweets too, it does the health, the poison damage does not matter. It's not a percentage of health. We did check that. It is not a percentage of health. So when you're going against dragons and whatnot, you're still going to want to have to hit them a lot. But we did test that. So, all right. So basically with this up here is the armor. So all the way at 137, you can see the 56 damage got mitigated down to 27. This is the entire tier, every 10, all the way up. 87 being the base heavy armor, and then 100 being with some agility in there. You'll notice 87 to 100, you only lose 1 point. 100 to 37, you only lose 4 points. So agility, well, yeah, at the beginning, it's pretty dang good. It's pretty dang good. Right around, it does have reduced returns, though. All right, so weapon power. This was all the stuff with the bows, and you'll notice, or with the bone spear. So you notice something interesting here. 56 up into 64 with 10, pretty easy, 8 damage. 64 to 72, 8 damage. 72 to 81, 9 damage? Not sure about that one. 81 to 89, 8 damage. 89 to 98, 9 damage again. Weird, right? We couldn't find it. So we actually did 1 point and did a hit all the way through 20. And it looks like 25 strength is probably the optimal, because right at 26 strength, it's just going to duplicate. You get nothing for going from 25 to 26. You get nothing at all. It's brutal. So 25 is probably the highest you're going to want to take strength. And this is the numbers with the trident, the big powerhouse one. So 0 to 76, 0 strength, 76 damage, 51, 33. You saw us do this. So these are all the numbers with the basic hunter bow and the iron arrows. So tier 2 stuff. Or tier 1 bow, tier 2 arrows. Pretty basic. Got up to 91 on there with no armor, by the way. The Harkonian bow with those iron arrows, went from 91 at 50 to 108. So definitely, the arrows definitely matter. Or the bow definitely matters. And then if you go with the bow with the razor arrows, it goes up to 124. And the snake arrow, all that stuff. So this is the stuff I want to talk to you on this, though. All right, so I'm not going to do these experiments. You guys are going to have to trust me or do them yourself. I always encourage people to do them themselves. So grit, right? And what I did is I started with 0. Grit is what affects your stamina, and then I sprinted in a circle to see how long it would last. So it was right about 30 seconds if you're at 0 grit. You can sprint for about 30 seconds. When you're at 50, you can go for about 115 seconds. Still, not quite worth spending all of your points, but grit works how it's supposed to. What doesn't work how it's supposed to is survival. So I started, and all I was doing here is I maxed out my water and food, right? Had them turn blue, everything was good. At 0, it took over 5 freaking minutes to make it go from 100 water to 99 water. That first tick, 5 minutes just standing in one spot. Now, that's pretty damn good. I leveled it all the way up to 50, right? All of my points in there. And doing the exact same thing. Maxing out food and water with my Yogg meat. And then just standing in one place with a stopwatch going 30 seconds to go from 199. So devs have a bug. There's definitely a bug right there. I'll probably tag them in the tweet so they can take a look at it. But they're definitely doing some massive improvements with how the stat balancing is going. So there's good stuff. They are aware of the imbalance, and they're definitely fixing it. They said that their goal was to make it to where balanced builds are work perfectly great and all that, but you are heavily rewarded when you heavily invest. So it looks like they're getting closer to that with some of the increase, but with the diminished returns and like agility and whatnot, they still have a little bit of balancing to do there, but they have definitely improved it. Personally, I think it should go up in between 30 and 50, 30 and 50, because at past 30 in one stat, you're gimping your entire build. You have to give something significant up for that. So I mean, vitality, we don't even need to test it. We know exactly how it works. Every point of vitality you put, so 200, 212, every one. 12, 24, 36, so on. Doesn't matter. That's how it works. All the way up. Grit, 3. Yep, that's the thing. 3, 6, 9. Bet you it's going to be 12. Oh, look. Those are linear. They don't change. They don't change at all. Very simple on those. So to beat out the ability of having, actually let's do it this way. If I wanted to be a real strong melee DPSer, right? So I wanted to be all the way up here. Let's go ahead and put 30. And then I wanted to have a little bit of vitality for, staying alive, which would be important as your melee. Put like 25 in there. Gives you 500 health. Pretty solid. Wanted some grit so I didn't stamina out in the middle of that thing. And wanted some encumbrance so I could actually carry my heavy as hell armor and all that stuff. Where are we going to go? I mean, we could put 1 point in there, a couple points into accuracy, but you're sacrificing a lot versus, for what was that, 30 strength, we were doing an increase of, wrong one, this one, 56 to 81. So, I mean, it's still an improvement, but if you're going over 30, going over 30 is going to start hurting real fast. Because remember, when you're corrupted, 49% of your health and your stamina is gone. So this 500 health, while it looks great, for all the in-game stuff, you're going to have to be fighting. You're going to have to pretty much assume by the time you get to the boss man you're trying to kill, you're going to be at half. So 500 is going to end up being 250. That's not really impressive anymore, now is it?
Nope. So what it does mean is that now that you're getting a few points, you're getting 7 points for 10 for your ranged stuff, and you're getting 8 points per 10, that you can find whatever's the happy balance for you, because you know that you're going to get 12 points of vitality per point. And so particularly in PvP and on PvP servers, especially PvP Blitz servers, you can now figure out what is your comfort level of your damage output versus your vitality. So you know that you're going to get 12 points, but then every 10 you put, you're going to be able to do another 8. So then you can start to mitigate, you can start to manage how long it takes you to kill an opponent versus how long it takes them to kill you.
Yeah. I mean, it's just how it is. So this right here is a build that I'm mostly going with. My encumbrance could probably be lower. I like being over 300 because usually when I go out, I ain't coming back for a while. So when I'm raiding, I want to come back with a pile of loot and all that. So I set that higher. If I was to drop that down, I would just amp accuracy up a little bit and get agility to 10. And then the rest would still be there. But yeah, so that's my idea. So as always, make sure you square up with that like button, like it's your favorite hater. Subscribe to keep track of all this stuff. Leave a comment below on what you came up with. If you have any questions, if you think our science is wrong, go ahead and hit us up. We'll again do whatever experiment you want. We like sciencing. Is that going to be all of it, Si?
Yeah, I think it's good. At least we've given them some options, and kudos to the developers for hearing the outcries that the stat points just weren't really returning anybody's value or return on their investment, and that the only valuable thing was vitality. So kudos to them for jumping on that and giving us some more to chew on and test. Our takeaway probably could do with a few more damage points per point of investment.
Yeah, especially at the top end. Like they said that they wanted to make it to where heavily invested got heavy returns. So after 30, make it to where you get double the amount or something. I mean,
yeah, right. Yeah, right now you're right. It's very linear progression in point investment, but yet the amount of points that you spend is not linear. It goes up dramatically.
Yeah, and I mean, linear just makes it easier for them to figure out where they need to do the balancing tweaks. So I'm guessing that's why they did it that way. Anyway, guys, it has been a long, long time of testing today. That's going to do it for us. Thumbs up for 4 hours, some odd hours of science.
Woohoo! I like science.
Hey, everybody, I will catch all of you next time. Later.
See ya.